Dear students, there are many kinds of things around us. Some of them are living things, while others are non-living things.
Plants like a mustard plant, a rose plant, a banyan tree, and a mango tree are the living things.
Animals like a dog, a cow, a tiger, and an elephant are also living things. All the plants and animals are living things.
This is a stone. Unlike plants and animals, the stone is a non-living thing. Things like the hill, the mountain, the soil, and the pond are also the non-living things.
You all know that living things differ from the non-living things in many ways. Now, tell me some of the differences between them.
Living things move. Non-living things do not move. Living things need food. Non-living things do not need food.
Living things reproduce. Non-living things do not reproduce. Living things grow. Non-living things do not grow. Living things breathe. Non-living things do not breathe. Living things feel. Non-living things do not feel. Living things excrete. Non-living things do not excrete.
Living things are made up of cells. Non-living things are not made up of cells. Living things die. Non-living things do not die.
So, living things have certain features which help us to identify them from the non-living things. Students, now let us discuss some more things about the living things. You all know that living things do not live forever. This is an alligator. It lives for 68 years. This is a cow. It lives for 22 years. This is an African elephant. It lives for 70 years.
These are rice plants, and these are maize plants. These plants live for a few months.
Both the plants and animals live only for a certain period of time. They do not live forever.
That is, all the living things have definite lifespan.
This is a dog. The dog also has a definite lifespan. Students, you all know that a dog is a living thing and it eats food. Now, let us suppose that it does not eat anything. Do you think the dog will still be alive for the whole of its lifespan?
No, it won't. It will soon die.
A dog uses the food it eats to get energy. It uses the food it eats for the growth of its body. It also uses the food it eats for the replacement of tissues inside its body. It is called nutrition.
If the dog does not eat food, it will not get nutrition. And in the absence of nutrition, the dog dies. So, the dog needs nutrition to stay alive.
Now, let us suppose that a dog eats food, but it does not respire. Do you think the dog will still be alive?
No, it won't. The dog does not survive if it doesn't respire.
Yes, living things do not survive if they do not respire. So, a dog has to respire to stay alive. Similarly, a dog has to excrete to stay alive. And to continue its own kind, the dog has to reproduce.
This is a cow. A cow looks different from the dog, doesn't it? But, like a dog, the cow also needs nutrition to stay alive. The cow also has to respire to stay alive. The cow also has to excrete to stay alive. The cow also has to reproduce to continue its kind.
This is a mustard plant. This is a plant. But both the dog and the cow are animals. But, like the dog and the cow, the mustard plant also needs nutrition to stay alive. It also has to respire to stay alive. It also has to excrete to stay alive.
It also has to reproduce to continue its kind.
All living things look different from each other. But all of them perform some common activities which help them to stay alive. These activities are known as life processes.
Remember that to be alive, one has to perform all the life processes.